I've actually had my eye on Scarlet Hollow for a while now, ever since the release of Black Tabby Games' other project, Slay the Princess. Not only was Slay the Princess a marvelous experience with a narrative that was both esoteric and poignant, but it also gave players an exceptional level of freedom for a visual novel, even breaking many narrative conventions we're familiar with in the West. Slay the Princess topped my 2023 end-of-year list for a good reason, so it was only a matter of time until I delved into their other release, Scarlet Hollow. Given that it also sees Black Tabby Games tackle a supernatural mystery, a genre I'm very much interested in, I had plenty of reason to be enthusiastic about this release. Scarlet Hollow has actually been out for a while, with episode 1 released back in 2021. Since then, at least 3 other episodes have launched out of a planned 7, but now the developer is choosing to do a soft relaunch this month, making numerous improvements to the game with an updated title, The Roads Untraveled. So, my own intentions to play Scarlet Hollow, this new update, and the fact that we have yet to review the game on Noisy Pixel, all aligned quite conveniently. And while I mostly know what to expect going into this release, I was left extremely impressed by it. Scarlet Hollow has you begin as a self-named player character en route to the town of Scarlet Hollow, having been invited to your aunt's funeral by your distant cousin Tabitha. Needless to say, not everything is as it seems, and from the moment you arrive in Scarlet Hollow, you're already submerged in mystery. What caused your side of the family to separate from Tabitha's? Why did Tabitha invite you to a funeral despite seeming as if she wants nothing to do with you? The questions keep piling up and there are many paths to pursue. Of course, since the game is currently without a conclusion, some answers remain in the shadows for now. Despite any supernatural leaning, Scarlet Hollow is a much more grounded experience compared to Slay the Princess. It has all the hallmarks of any good paranormal mystery, a spooky town with a dark history, enigmatic characters who know more than they're letting on, talk of cryptids, curses, and vengeful hauntings. But rather than strictly adhere to these tropes, Scarlet Hollow plays with them, sometimes even breaks them. Characters and plot points are implemented in clever ways that prey on your expectations while still staying true to the conventions as a whole. It makes your first playthrough immensely gripping and engaging because it's difficult to know exactly where its dark trail will lead. Scarlet Hollow's characters follow suit, each proving to be far more than their initial introductions suggest. Again, the game loves to misdirect you subtly before swiftly twisting things in another direction, especially near the end of each episode. In the darkest moments, you start to question how well you truly know the citizens of Scarlet Hollow. By the end of episode 4, many characters remain complete enigmas. They're also exceptionally likable and engaging. I found myself latching on to characters like Stella very early on, where later plot threads make characters like Tabitha even more enjoyable. We've still yet to see where this all leads, given that 3 more chapters remain to be released. For now though, Scarlet Hollow delivers an exceptionally gripping narrative that I'm eager to see more of. What makes the story shine even brighter is its focus on player choice. While Scarlet Hollow is unquestionably a visual novel, it has an immersive, almost narrative-only RPG approach. You begin the game by picking 2 out of a handful of traits, which can open up new paths that would otherwise be inaccessible. You can mix and match these traits however you please, meaning you could be a buff bookworm or a street-smart troublemaker who can also talk to animals. This, paired with the range of options you're given during dialogue, allows you to move the story along in ways unique to your playthrough. The earliest conversation in the game, talking to a rather obnoxious stranger on the bus, illustrates this well. You can choose to ignore him completely if you'd like, but your chosen traits will also provide dialogue options that leave a very different impression. Each interaction feels meaningful and has a ripple effect on the rest of the narrative. It rarely feels like you're being railroaded, giving you more agency than you might expect from this genre. There are naturally plot points the game wants to steer you towards, but there are multiple ways to influence how those events unfold. This is the sort of game that encourages multiple playthroughs. Not everything can be seen at once, and given how complex the web of choices can get, you'll likely start a new playthrough as soon as you finish episode 4, just to see how things might go differently this time. For those who love branching narratives and having genuine agency, Scarlet Hollow offers a lot. Visually, Scarlet Hollow's art style is exceptionally versatile. characters looking daring and expressive, making them all more relatable and easy to root for. Meanwhile, the backgrounds are detailed and atmospheric, perfectly setting the mood of each scene. Whether you're exploring the Scarlet Estate, navigating the densely overgrown garden, or venturing into the ghastly depths of the abandoned mine, each new location feels well realized. Much like Slay the Princess, the artistry and gorgeous aesthetics of Scarlet Hollow are huge draws. The game also delivers its scares excellently. There are a few jump scares, and most of the emphasis is on building a tense, skin-crawling atmosphere. The horror often stems from the dread you feel in dire situations, or when you're forced to make a difficult choice. That dread only goes stronger as the consequences of your past actions loom over you, threatening the safety of the characters you've grown attached to, as well as your own. This is further amplified by the unlockable Hardcore mode, which lets you take 3 traits at the start of the game instead of 2, but prevents you from using those traits to avoid any consequences. It's ultimately a different kind of horror than most, focusing on the burden of your own decisions as the player. Your curiosity can lead you to dark, disastrous situations, and you only have yourself to blame for the dread. But that's just another reason why Scarlet Hollow is so captivating as a horror title. Even though it's only about half complete, Scarlet Hollow already offers a great deal. While the overall runtime might seem short, the sheer number of alternate paths more than compensate. Even ignoring the replay value, it still provides an engaging, exciting, and wonderfully thrilling horror experience. One you can really get lost in thanks to its unique approach to player choice. If I had to nitpick, I'd say that the only thing missing is voice acting, but I understand how daunting that would be with so many narrative branches. Regardless, Scarlet Hollow is well worth your time, even now as we wait for new installments. Fans of Slay the Princess, horror visual novels, or games with an original approach to player choice should definitely give this one a try. Noisy Pixel is giving Scarlet Hollow a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.